Welcome parents. We are happy to welcome you to a new session about our 2020-2021 learning and teaching models, and we will go this time into the details of our schedule. My name is Mathaf Campus. If you've not met me before, I am the PYP principal, and with me there is Ms. Linda Rgaus, who's the early years head, Ms. Ola Aitani, PYP coordinator, Ms. Rawan Adawi, who's our ICT teacher and our wonderful tech support, and Ms. Samah Abu Ghazal, who's our grade level liaison for KG1 and a homeroom teacher in KG1. We will be starting with Ms. Dean with a presentation and a PowerPoint. And then at the end of the session, we will be answering all questions. So please make sure you post all your questions in the Q&A box. Enjoy the session. We hope you find it engaging and informative. Ms. Dean?
Yes. Welcome parents, welcome returning parents, welcome new parents. This is the Nursery and KG1 parent info session. And our agenda for today is the first day of learning. We'll talk about the parent orientation, meet the teachers. We're going to talk about the virtual model. We're going to see the timetables and have a general look at them. We're going to talk about the subject distribution, and we're going to have a demonstration, a live session by two of our teachers. And at the end, we're going to have a Q&A. First day of virtual learning. For nursery, we go on Thursday, September 10. It's going to be a virtual adaptation day with parents. More information about this will be sent to you soon. We're going to see, usually we have, when we are face-to-face, we have adaptation for nursery students. They come to school in smaller groups, so they get to see and meet the teacher. Unfortunately, we cannot do it face-to-face, so we're going to do it virtually this time, and we'd like parents to join us as well. On Friday, September 11 will be the first day of virtual learning for nursery. As for KG1, Wednesday, September 9 is the first day of their virtual learning. We will have a parent orientation session, which is meeting the teachers, and this will be held one day before the first day of learning. Also, more information will be sent to you by email about this session. Let's start with the virtual model. Okay, in the virtual model, this year we're going to have a day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, instead of having Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We are adopting this cycle, the 5-day cycle, because sometimes something might happen and we are not at school on a Friday, and the children miss the schedule for Friday. So this way, whenever there's the day off or we are or a holiday, we do not skip a day. So if, for example, on a Thursday we have a day 2 and Friday is off, then Monday will be day 3. And this is for the synchronous remote learning. And on day 3, it's a shorter day because we usually have our PD sessions for our teachers and professional learning sessions for our teachers. The virtual model, day 1, 2, 4, and 5 are as follows. The children in each class will be divided into 2 groups, Group A and Group B. Group A will have their session, live sessions from 9 till 11:30, and Group B will have their sessions from 12 to 2:30 on these days, day 1, day 2, day 4, and day 5. On day 3, because it's a shorter day, Group A will have their sessions from 9 till 10:30, and Group B will have their sessions from 11 to 12:30. Moving on to timetable. This is a sample of a nursery class timetable. I just want to point out that this year in the timetable we have week A and week B. If we look generally at the timetable, so everything in yellow is Group A and everything in blue is Group B. So when Group A are having their synchronous, which is online learning, Group B will have asynchronous learning, which is offline. And then Group B will have their online learning at the different, in the morning when Group A have their online learning, Group B are having asynchronous learning, and then they switch. Now, the difference between week A and week B is that, for example, here we see that they have a PE session, and here we see they have a music session. If we move on to week B, which is here, instead of the PE, we will have PSE, which is personal and social, personal and social education. And for example, here it changes to read aloud. So there's a slight difference between week A and week B. Now, in Group A, they will have from 9 till 11:30 synchronous live sessions. This is kind of the timetable. I'm trying to simplify it for you. So in the morning, they will start as a group meeting, circle time, where they meet all together, have like a morning meeting, and then they will have a brain break of 10 minutes, where they can use the toilet, have a drink of water, if they need to eat a quick snack. Then we have math for half an hour. Then they will have another brain break. Then they will have a unit of inquiry from 10:45 till 11, another brain break, and then they will have their Arabic session. So sessions are kind of half an hour per subject, and we have breaks in between. The breaks are for them to, like I said, to refresh, stretch, do some movement, and if they need to take a break, we will be providing some activities during these brain breaks for you or for your child to do when we are having these brain breaks. Okay, so this is Group A. Now, the asynchronous sessions, we have developed this schedule, but it's not, you don't have to abide by it, but it's some parents prefer to have a schedule for their children. But you will have some assignments, asynchronous assignments to do in the afternoon with your child. So also we have divided that they will have a break, and then, for example, they will have math, another break, unit of inquiry, break, and then Arabic. Group B, it's the same thing, but it's flipped. So they will, in the morning, they will have the asynchronous sessions. Sorry. In the morning, they will have the asynchronous sessions, and in the afternoon, they will have the live sessions. So also they will start by a group meeting, then have a brain break, then math, then brain break, then unit of inquiry, brain break, Arabic. Of course, the subjects might change. They will have specialties. They will have PE, music. They will have French. So I'm just giving you an example of the sessions. As I mentioned, day 3 will be a shorter day. So the Group A will have from 9 till 10:30, and Group B will have from 11 till 12:30. Now, the subject distribution. The synchronous sessions, this is what we will be having. 3 units of inquiry sessions per week. And then they will have 2 math, 2 English, 4 Arabic, and 1 French. At the same time, for the asynchronous sessions, we will have 3 units of inquiry, 2 math, 2 English, 4 Arabic, and 1 French. This distribution is per week. For the specialties, they will either be in week A or in week B, which is, it will be 1 PE session, 1 PSE, 1 read aloud, and 1 music. And also they will have 1 PE asynchronous session, 1 PSE, 1 read aloud, and 1 music. Now we move on to how will the live session look like. We are going to demonstrate to you how a live session would look like, and I have with me Ms. Nathalie Bannoud, the nursery teacher, homeroom teacher, and Ms. Samah Abu Ghazal, the KG1 teacher, who are going to demonstrate for you a literacy session or a read aloud session. and then for a nursery class, and then they're going to demonstrate a math lesson for a KG1 class.
Ms. Keen, we're going to have to make a little switch in the schedule. We're going to start by taking the questions, as Ms. Natalie is experiencing some technical difficulties, and then hopefully by then she will be with us. So if we can start I will start reading a few of the questions, and we try to answer some in the chat box, but maybe it's good to answer them publicly and then add to it if needed. So the first question was about, and I think this is a question that many parents will have, I would like to ask about the best setup for a 3-year-old toddler who is not used to sit for a long time. In addition, the best device, an iPad or desktop. So the first part was about the engagement and then the device.
Okay. And that's why we're having the demonstration today. So you get to see that your child will not be, even during this half an hour where he will have math or Arabic or read aloud, they will not be sitting in front of the screen all the time. We will incorporate or integrate a lot of movement. The teachers will be asking the children to go grab something related to the lesson. So there will be a lot of movement and not being on the screen the total half an hour. And the other question was about the iPad or a tablet. Honestly, I think it doesn't matter as long as the child can see the screen properly. If you feel that having the iPad will make him move more, maybe whatever is available. Actually, I don't want to limit to having one device other than the other. So whatever is available at home and is available for the child to use, because I know a lot of parents might be working from home and using their laptop or their desktop. So an iPad would do for the nursery and KG1 students.
Okay. And the next question is about how important is it to be so I think to be attending live sessions on a scale of 10. We might be traveling for a couple of months to a different time zone country. So I'm worried both groups A and B won't be suitable for us. Okay.
Now the live sessions will be recorded, and you will be the recording will be available for you to play it in that case. But the only problem is if your child is only seeing the recording, they will not be interacting with the other children. They will not be interacting with the teachers. So this is why it is important to have the live session if possible. For that particular parent, if you would like to contact me by email, and maybe we can see what arrangements can be done for you in particular, for how long you will be away, and how can we work it together.
Okay, and next, would the live sessions, will the live session require parents for intervention? So this is a question about the role of the parent in live sessions, or will our kids be able to go live on their own with their teacher?
Yes, the children will require somebody to at least log them into Teams and make sure it's working. But you do not need to be sitting in front of your child all the time. I would say if you would do like a check-in, even because we don't want them to get distracted as well if you are there. Or if they are we'll try to have a learning environment for them. This is very important. That's something we will be discussing in later webinars, where you can have a learning environment for them, a working space like like a desk or in their room or somewhere where it's quiet, there isn't a lot of background noise. And I suggest that if you make sure that they log in and they are there, and we can, they will be interacting with the teacher. You can always pop in and check on them, or in case there is any technical difficulties or they logged out and they don't know how to come in, then you can just help out in that sense.
Okay. And then what about parents who work? The 5-day changing schedule is very difficult to manage. Also, child will be with the non-English speaking nanny. Will learning still be feasible?
Yes,
those are
the
great
same
questions.
Yes, I think if you can ask or show their nanny how to log into Teams, and she will have, in case it is not saved, the username and password, and try to, I mean, demonstrate for her and try to make sure that she knows how to do it before, like the couple of days before the live sessions. And as I said, if she is there, to make sure that the child is logged in, and then just check in on them if they need anything. But I think, yeah, we want our learners to start becoming more independent and try to be independent. And eventually, of course, it might take time, but eventually they will get used to it. And I think having them rely on themselves, and unless there is a technical issue, of course, they will be able to do it. And I think this generation do surprise us, and they teach us things that we don't know.
I just want to say about, I'm reading a lot of questions about asynchronous sessions, and I feel people are a little worried about asynchronous. I just want, and homework and all this. I just want to clarify, and Ms. Leen, please feel free, or Ms. Ala, to add to what I'm saying. But nursery and KG1, we're not expecting them to have homework. So it's not like they're going to have homework, they're going to sit on their own and do it. We're being very realistic, we know, but we have provided what you see on the schedule, the blue part is a pacing guide, because we have some parents, or for example, people who are sitting with the child at home who would like to engage them in activities during that time, so they're not all the time on their devices, or they're not just watching TV. So what we did, we put a pacing guide in terms of you can use it for English, you can use it, and the teachers will be providing some kinds of additional activities to be done during that time. But it's not that nursery and KG1 will have to submit a homework or an assignment that has a due date or all that. We totally understand, but we try as much as possible to build a day that's full of learning, and as much as possible give them opportunities to learn, because we know that how busy you are, and how most of you don't have time to plan these educational activities for them. So I hope I answered everything about asynchronous. Ms. Leen, would you like to add anything about it?
No, what you said was enough. Yeah.
Okay. So next question is if these are temporary arrangements that will be revisited soon. Okay. If the plans that we have in place are, I will answer this one, and for the whole school, not just for nursery and KG1. As we said, when we choose face-to-face or blended or virtual model, we take into consideration different factors. We take into consideration first, of course, the Ministry of Education and Higher Education, and we take into consideration our community's needs. So if there's something happening within our community. That's why we started on a virtual, even before the ministry, because their schools don't start until October. Believe us and trust us that we are giving the priority for nursery and KG1. As soon as we have the green light from the ministry to have our school doors open, we will definitely, our first priority is the younger students, because we understand the challenges. So just bear with us, and we're trying our best. We cannot promise, because we don't know. Like today, there was an announcement about school opening in September 28th, physical school on a blended model. If this is happening, that's great. We will not delay our opening, but we need to ensure that this continues till then. So we're really looking at it by the day, but we're ready for a blended model at any time. Okay, so I take more questions. Can a child join the first session on Monday and on Tuesday join the second session? Ms. Leen?
We're going to group the students either in group A or in group B. So this way, also the grouping of the children to cater for example, the gender, to have girls, a balanced number between girls and boys, to have a heterogeneous kind of group. We prefer to keep the group because it will be confusing for the teacher and the student to be exchanging groups, and we might have, if we allow this, then we might have one session that has two students and the other that has, let's say, 18 students. So we're trying to divide the class in half and have an equal number of students in each group. I honestly, it's better to stay in one group. I don't know if Ms. Maha, you'd like to add anything to that.
Yes, I think the child will be lost because you know, no matter how we tried to synchronize both sessions, the learning happens usually at the pace of the group. So we usually go and adjust. So the child might be missing on some lessons, or sometimes maybe taking one lesson before the other. So for consistency, for routines, for the learning of the child, we don't recommend it. However, if you have a particular case, please, we encourage you to contact us directly, and we will try to figure out a plan together. I just have there's a question about the school supply list. The school supply list was sent, the links were sent in the first letter I sent, the welcome back letters that I sent. If you still can find them, please do email us, and we will definitely share them again with you. We, in the school supply list, we have listed other stationery that students will need, but also we have given tips about how to save, because we know, we are aware of the prices, we are aware about what's happening outside. We just want to make sure that the child, they have their materials in order for learning to happen. So one tip we put as our first tip is that look around the house before you go and buy other things, because sometimes we have a lot of things in the house, and the students don't have to have 12 colors of everything. 6 colors are fine, 5 colors, it's fine, it's fine. It's just we want them to have these things in order to continue to learn, but it doesn't have to be the perfect kit of, like, for example, a perfect set of colored pens, no, or pencils. Anything will work. I truly encourage you to look around before you go and buy. We also put a part for the home learning. So what are the things that you will need for a child to be able to have a structured home learning environment? So please look at it. If you still did not find it, please email us. Email Ms. Zaina Baroudi, Zaina B at wellspring.edu.lb. I will type it in the questions box right now, and she can send you a copy of your grade level supply list.
Any other questions?
Yes, there is another question about the ministry still planning to open schools end of September. Are you pushing the opening date too? We are not until now, unless we are instructed otherwise by the ministry, we are not pushing any dates. We are keeping our date as is because they are virtual for now. And then we're hoping by the end of the month, the ministry will be clearer on the directions they're going, on what we need to do. But for now, we are continuing until now on virtual. And as I said, I'm sorry if I cannot be clearer, but you know, I don't want to say something right now and then on TV at night, the minister announces something different. So that's why I'm saying we are just proceeding with our plans until we are told that we cannot proceed. There is also a question, can a child join? There's again about the asynchronous and not being, how can we administer the asynchronous? Again, the asynchronous is a very loose and flexible setting. You don't have to do it, but those are ideas that you can, if you want to expand your child's learning throughout the day, you can use them. I think we answered. I don't know, Ala, if you see any other question that we did not answer.
I'm still reading through the questions and I'm trying to answer as much as possible.
Okay. So I think we answered the main questions that we saw. If we still not did not answer any, please just copy and paste it, and we will make sure we're not ignoring them. It's just a lot of questions coming up. I think we can have the demonstration of the lesson with Ms. Samah.
Yes.
We can do a KG1 grade math, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, hi.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, so Rawan will be my student for this live session. So, hello, Rawan. How are you?
Hi, how are you, everyone?
How are you feeling today?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Feeling good. Are you excited to do some math exercises?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Remember, we have now math. Remember, in the morning we read the schedule. We went through the schedule together, and we said after our brain break, we're coming back together, and we're gonna do some math.
Okay.
Right. So, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Let's start counting. Do you remember how we used to count from 1 to 5?
How we used to count from 1 to 5.
Yes, we can do it together. Do you want to do it with me?
Yeah,
Yes.
love to.
Let's start with 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
What comes after 3? Let's say it again. 1, 2, 3.
And 5.
4. Somehow close. The same first sound. 4 and
4, 5.
5. Excellent. Let's do it in another way, Rawan. Okay, are you ready? Look what I got for you. I have some sparkly pencils that I took from my daughter, so don't tell her. So can you count the pencils with me?
Yes. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3, 4, 5.
Thumbs up for you, Rawan. I'm so proud of you. Now it's your turn. I'm gonna ask you to do something, okay? I'm gonna give you 1 minute to go around the house, and I want you to collect 5 items for me. Any items you want. You want your Lego pieces, your dolls, spoons, anything that you can get. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Great. I'm gonna put the timer on my. You have the items next to you.
Yes, I do.
Around. Okay. Okay, but if I can give you like 1 minute. Okay, I think you're ready, Rawan. Can you share the items, please, with us? What did you get?
Yeah, because nowadays we use a lot of this.
Okay, so 1. Let's all count with Rawan.
Math.
Can you all count with me? 1.
1,
Okay.
And alcohol.
2,
Excellent, Maha. Excellent.
And
3, 5, 4,
Same sound. 4
and
and
5.
5. All of you clap for Rawan and Maha for being risk takers and joining the session.
Okay, so you're done?
Yes, I'm done. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Life.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, and thank you for being risk taker. I know being in front of parents and then trying to mock a lesson for the youngest children, it's a little tough. So thank you so much for this, Ms. Rawan and Ms. Samah. I just want to yes, go ahead.
I just want to make to clear something that it's going to be an interactive session. Like the point was to show the parents that their kids are going to be moving around. They're not gonna just sit and look at us as if we are lecturing them. They will be just going around the house, getting stuff and interacting with us.
And thank you. And the comments on this was that shows a one-on-one friendly, not relevant to teaching groups of 10, 12 toddlers. I will say we have split the groups into group A and group B, keeping in mind that that we don't want big groups. So we're trying to, as much as possible, to cater to every child's needs. in case needed during the days where it's particularly on Wednesday, or we're doing a new model that's called anchoring teacher, and the anchoring teacher role is our assistant, and we are honestly still planning this role, but their role is to get in touch with these students who need the extra support during, for example, if they did not grasp the concept from the first time in such a lesson, because they might be 10 at the same time, they will call them for either an individual call for a small group in order to support them. So even though it's 10 and it could be chaotic, but remember that they want also that chaos. They don't want just one-on-one and very serious lessons, and they want to see the interaction and what this child is doing. It's a new experience to us, but also it's a new experience to them. We definitely can't lie and say we have it all, we have practiced it. No, it's new to all of us, but we can promise you that we keep reflecting on our practices. And as we're trying and we're listening from your side what's happening at home, seeing our data, everything that's happening, observing our sessions, our teachers' feedback, we are improving them. So even from last year when we started until this year, we feel that honestly we have really improved our practices a lot. We addressed many, let's say, issues that came out in our observations from last year, and we hope we don't disappoint you.
Ms. Maha, I'd like to add something that also in the small group setting, I'm sure at the beginning we are going to set a lot of routines and expectations, and we were going to practice them with the children. So how to wait for their turn, how to mute themselves, and when to unmute themselves. So a lot of this will be happening in the first week of school. So the children will get time to practice. They will see how what they are expected to do and what they can do. So we will be practicing all this, and like we said, we are always going to try to cater for the students' needs. So all the teachers, like we do in the classroom, if we feel the children are okay, not listening today, they don't want to interact, we stop, we sing a song, we do an action song, we do some movement. This always happens at the early years, especially at this age. So our teachers are always ready to do that. They are experienced in catering for the children's needs. So we try our best, and we are always flexible. So if we wanted to do the session, for example, today, and we feel that children are not ready, definitely we will change our plan and do something else, and then try again the next day when they are ready. So I don't know if this will help.
Can I add something about the technology part?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to say that, like I've noticed right now that most of you are joining anonymously, and because we allowed this session to be joined with anybody without signing in. If you have any technical difficulties or any problems signing into your account, because connecting to a class needs to sign in to a certain account with a password and the username. And we always encourage using the Wellspring email. So please, if you have any problems, any technical difficulties, please send us an email on, I will write you my email right now, it's Rawan Adawi. And in case like we weren't responsive or something, there's also info@Wellspring, and there is also the emails for Ms. Maha and Ms. Dean. Just
thank you, Ms. Rawan. I just want to sorry.
Sorry. No, I just want to add that new parents will get their email credentials soon with their username and password. So don't worry, you will get this all before school starts.
Yeah. A few things. First, someone is asking about the booklets and picking up booklets from school. What we are preparing for them are the notebook for writing. So not even writing, but like pre-writing skills. So if they want to draw with a box, so we are working on those, and you will receive an email from us once everything is ready. So we don't bring you to school many times, so you can pick up that. We are not using, and there are the Arabic books that will need to be picked up for nursery and KG1. All other subjects, we do not have books for them. We prepare our resources, and now more than ever, we're taking advantage of having to be in a digital setting. So we are creating more and more resources that suits and fits our curriculum needs. For new parents, just to comment on Ms. Lean's comment about new parents, we know we promised to do a new parent session. However, we felt that because everyone seems new to everything, we sent out today a PYP parent roadmap to a successful year. And this is a series of webinars that will be addressed to all parents. If you feel as a new parent, I know that some of you contacted us and we're trying to answer your emails and do the separate meeting with you. If you feel that we still need as a new parent to have a meeting with us, please feel free to email us, and then we will gladly have an individual meeting with you. I think
Rawan, can you type my email address for parents if they need anything? I'm the early years head again, for those who did not hear me at the beginning. If you have any questions, concerns, or need any support, please, you can send me an email at leand@wellspring.edu.nb.
There are many questions coming up about workbooks, about tracing, about workbooks, about all this. Like, are they going to be receiving any materials from the school? One thing we will say is that as we are planning, if it's something that's requiring printing, we will definitely ask you to pick it up from school, and we will not ask you to print. Obviously, not every paper, but we are planning our learning engagement so to not to have a lot of printing. We are still in the process of our planning our virtual year, and we were in the conversation a few days ago about the handwriting and how to keep on promoting handwriting and helping the students to improve their handwriting skills, because this is a skill that could be a little challenging when they're not coming to school. So we are considering all this. We appreciate your patience with us. There are conversations, there are great discussions happening. We're just making sure that everything continues as is in this new setting that's new to all of us everywhere, wherever you go in the world. So we appreciate your patience.
I just want to add, Ms. Maha, if any materials are needed, it's going to be something that you have at home. So for example, like Ms. Samah, when she demonstrated, she said, get Lego, get, I don't know, counters, get dolls, or if they are using it for hands-on activity, it could be anything that is available at home. It doesn't have to be something very specific, because we understand that and we don't want you to go buy other new stuff. So it's whatever you have at home that we can use for the sessions.
I think there are questions about picking up the notebooks from school or whatever materials from school. Please do contact us if you're traveling, because I see some parents will be traveling. Do contact us, and then we will make sure you can pick them up before you leave. Okay, I think this is it. Yes. I don't see any new questions. I hope I did not miss anyone.
I hope we did answer your questions. And please, if you still have any questions, concerns, please do email me, and I will answer you. And if needed to have a call or more explanation, we are always ready and here for you. Just don't be afraid to ask. I would like to thank Ms. Maha, Ms. Samah, Ms. Rawan, Ms. Ola behind the scenes, Ms. Layal as well. And thank you everyone for attending, and hope to see you in future webinars.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good afternoon. Bye.